First thing I say is I tell anybody that being in Japan, being in Okinawa specifically, is safer across the board than anywhere I've ever been.
Welcome to another episode of The Melanated Files. My name is Ranzo, and tonight we're joined by Wendell and Anquinette. So I'm still in Okinawa. We're gonna get into Wendell's and Anquinette's story right now. So guys, please introduce yourself to the world. Tell them who you are and what you do in Japan.
My name is Wendell Lewis. I'm here as a military contractor for the United States Marine Corps.
And I'm Anquinette. I'm his wife, and I'm a student at the University of Maryland, and I enjoy living in Okinawa.
So I understand that you guys left and you came back after 18 months?
The second time we came back after about a year and a half in the States. I retired out of the Marine Corps in 2017.
Okay.
We went back to the States because we ended up having to go back, right? So and we were there for 18 months. The welcome back for us when we got there initially, we were there the Wednesday prior to the Mandalay Bay shooting in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So, and when that happened, her first words to me were, "Hey, we need to get back to Okinawa."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So for that year and a half, that's what we were working to do.
Okay. So how long were you in Japan prior to that?
My actual first time in Japan was 91 and 92.
Okay.
As an active duty Marine. The second time we came back was 2009 to 2017. And we ended up leaving in 2017. So that puts us at about 8.5 years.
Yes.
About 8.5 years that we lived in
Cumulative.
Okinawa. 9.5 years cumulative
Okay.
on Okinawa.
How was Okinawa back in 91, 92, or 2009 to 2017?
So 91, 92, it was, for me,
Yeah.
this is before
Okay.
my wife. So 91, 92, I was only here for a year, so I didn't have a lot of time to really get out and experience it. Brand new to the Marine Corps, young man just trying to find my way.
Okay.
So work, going home, that was really about all the time that I had. I was able to get out and see a little bit, get out to the water, get out to the beaches and enjoy that, but really actually get out and experience in Okinawa, I didn't have the opportunity to.
Okay.
So when we got back in 2009, totally different story.
Okay.
And I said why we ended up staying so long.
Yes.
9.5 years, we loved it here, and we had the opportunity to get out and explore.
Mhm.
A lot of the history. I mean, the Battle for Okinawa, World War II. A lot of the conflicts that happened here on Okinawa. There are a lot of places that you can go and kind of experience that to see the after effects of what happened during that period of time. And then not only that, though, you have beautiful beaches, some of the best dive spots in the world. It's a beautiful island, and we just kind of fell in love with it.
Most definitely.
So what's your take on it?
Oh, my take on it. Oh my gosh, I already knew before we got here that it was going to be beautiful. Just once he came home and he said, "Oh, we're going to
Okinawa.
Well, basically, you said Japan first,
Mm-hmm.
and when you think Japan, automatically Tokyo. You're thinking we're going to mainland, and he comes back and he's like, "Well, actually, we're going to Okinawa." And I was like, "Well, I didn't know much about Okinawa, so started Googling, and I'm just like, wow, I think this is going to be a good opportunity for us and the kids." So we all jumped on it. I mean, we just bought a house, and we thought he was going to be retiring and all this.
Oh, in
and
the States?
Yes, in the States.
Wow.
So he was like, "Yeah, we're going," and next thing you know, we're on the plane, and I'm looking down out the plane, and California, just the beach was gone within seconds. So I'm
Yeah.
like, we're really doing this. And that was my first time being on a plane that long. And it was a lot of adrenaline, excitement, like what's to come.
Yeah.
I was just really just blown away just by the whole experience of just even coming here, And then once we got here, it was just like, yeah, I think I can keep doing this. This is it's a beautiful place.
So there was no trepidation. So you just bought a house and now you gotta relocate again.
Right.
Where you're like, man, what was the response like?
To an extent, we
yeah.
kind of were, right? Because like she said, we did just buy the house and just getting in there, getting used to it and everything, and then having to move, right? Move halfway around the world.
Yeah.
Right. So fortunately, we're able to keep the house. So we still have the house now. It's just getting rented out. We got a property manager to take care of all of that for us, right? The one good thing is we were able to bring our kids. Our kids graduated. My daughter had graduated that year, right before we left from high school, and my son had
2 years
years
left.
left.
Yeah.
So he came out here. So we brought them both out here. Brittany, it's our daughter. She's in school, college at UMUC.
Same.
Working on her degree, and then my son went to Kubasaki High School, so he played football for Kubasaki High School for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before he took off for college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So,
Mhm.
so needless to say, we're empty nesters. It's just us two, and we're enjoying every minute of it. You know, I have no complaints about anything. And it's funny to me because there are a lot of people, especially active duty military Marines, specifically, that have a little heartache about coming to Okinawa and not realizing the potential or just how good it actually is. And that's just my own, that's our own personal opinions, right? Because everybody has their own little thing.
Yeah.
Right? But to
Their
us, it was
comfort zone.
it was great.
So your kids are back home in the States?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are here like to explore and do whatever
To
you
explore
want.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you know, taking trips to mainland Korea, any other area in this area that we can go to, we're going.
Yeah.
So
What do you like the most about Okinawa?
I mean, the peace, the quiet, the people,
Mhm.
food, like you said, the beaches. I mean, I'm from Southern California, been to the beach, but the beaches here, it when you show up, it does something to you. It's like you walk out there and it's just like, it makes your heart kind of race, you know. I've taken girlfriends out, friends of mine, when we first came here, and I really started getting to know the island. I would just go out and just drive, you know what I'm saying, and I post pictures. This is when we've been here so long. It's like we were here when the iPhone first came out. So, you know, you take the pictures and send them off to Facebook, and everybody's like, "When are you coming back?" I'm like, "Do you not see what I'm showing you?
Yeah, never.
You need to
We're
come
coming
here. You need to come visit us here."
Yeah.
This, I mean, I can't. When I took my girlfriends out, as you know, they had kids. The kids were younger, so you know, it's pretty much work, home, school with the kids, dealing with the kids. But being able to get out, you know, I take them out, and you know, we walk through, you know, some remote-looking place, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you know, where are you taking us?" I was like, "Look, if I can make it through this, you can get through. It's really not that far, just, you know, because you're seeing all these trees, and it's like this sand trail. But then once you get up to the top, I let them go first, and they walked up to the top, and they turned around, and one of the ladies just had tears in her eyes. I was like, "What's the matter?" She was like, "I lived here all this time, and I didn't know that this was here."
Wow.
Even myself, once I walked up to the top, I was like, "Oh my God!" It just took my breath away, you know. And you know, I'm just gonna say, when he was active duty at this time, so he would get stationed in Korea or the Philippines or Afghanistan. And so, you know, whether I was with the kids or if I was here by myself, it was like, well, you have to entertain yourself, you know what I'm saying? And it was exciting to wake up in the morning and say, okay, well, it's just me. What can I do today? You know, what kind of stuff can I get into? Because I'll say this, when he went to Afghanistan, he told me, I said, before he left, he was like, "I feel safer with you being here than going back to the States. I would feel more comfortable with you staying here than going back to the States." Because I didn't know what we were going to do once he announced that. And this was after the kids had already left. And so I said, well, he said, "I want you to have fun." So I was like, well, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd grab my little backpack, grab his iPhone, because I didn't have one. I still was stuck to my little flip phone at the time. I was like, no, I don't need that. No, I have one, and I'm just love it. So taking his phone and just taking pictures and sending them and posting them on Facebook. I mean, it became a thing between my Facebook friends, my classmates from high school and stuff. Like, it was just like a whole conversation we would have while he was deployed. So it was kind of like they took care of me long distance, you know. So I would be out and I'm texting or talking with people on Facebook and between posting pictures and stuff. So, but just to get out, I would just get in this car and I'd be gone all day. And it's like, I'd be tired. I wouldn't even stop half the time. It's like, it's just so much stuff to see. And I'm like, I'm driving. Okay, I know I've been out here. What's that over there? You know, and I'll turn, go over a couple of bumps, because I had an off-road vehicle. So I'd go off and...
No. So initially...
Oh, no, I didn't have the off-road vehicle.
She had a little, it's called a Nissan March. And it's literally about this big.
Yes,
right?
I forgot about that.
And she would take that thing off-road, like...
Yeah.
I forgot.
And I would come back and she'd take me to this place. I'm like, well, how did you get here? You drove this thing, you know, it's like, it fits. So I drove it. I'm like, oh. So what I ended up, so we ended up getting her a Suzuki Jimny, a little 4-wheel drive, mini SUV. So she actually
became a true adventurer.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So you know this place well.
You know what? My
she
girlfriends
does.
tease me pretty bad. They said, you know, I said, you know, you may as well just get your own tour company. You can call it the A Tours, because you will take them to different places than, you know, with the military.
You probably should. Like,
I'm telling you, I don't know. Might have to get a big, get a big car for that. Because they're like, I can see you now with a tour bus. You'll be driving and like, is that a road? And you'll take the bus off the road and take everybody everywhere that is not on the, it's off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do, is to go places that's not, you know, your you know, like the American Village or Naha. You know, it's like, no, I want to get away from the city.
Yeah, because the funny is, I think we're firm believers that really to get the true feel of an area, you can't go to places where, you know, all the, I guess, kind of real touristy areas.
Tourist
To get
traps,
the
yeah.
experience, you have to immerse yourself in the culture, right? You have to get out,
Yes.
out into the country, I guess countryside
Yes.
areas, you know, that are away from your American village. Don't get me wrong, I mean, we have a blast in American
Yeah,
village,
yes.
right? But if we're just out trying to, you know,
Explore.
and communicate with the local population, build a relationship with them, that's how, I think that's how you do it.
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
You know, so
Yeah, because I mean,
that's,
when he was gone, it was like I could go to a festival, right? Be the only American there. The older people, they really take care of you. They really
Yeah.
take care of you. I cannot stress that enough. It's like you'll just be sitting there on your little blanket and, are you okay? You want something to drink? They'll give you some food, give you something to drink, and then they'll sit back and start talking to you. Then people's kids will come around, and you feel like I can go anywhere on this island by myself and feel safe.
Yeah. And that's the funniest thing. I mean, that's the experience that we've had, right? So it seems like you'll never go hungry. You'll never not have anything to drink,
Yeah.
right? Because most of the time, the local people are going to be like, "Hey, come
Okay.
over here
Yeah.
and hang out with us,"
Yeah.
right? In their broken English and our broken Japanese, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I think for us, to me, it seems like for the most part, most people here are pretty accepting.
They
right?
are. They are.
And what gets me is when you have a lot of people that say that they did not have a good time
Yeah.
here on Okinawa. I don't know, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's their own personal auras that they're putting off. Something, it has to be something, because we've never really had a bad experience.
Or they're maybe just creatures of habit. I'll say that.
Yeah,
You know what I
maybe
mean?
that's what it is.
It's kind of, sometimes it's hard to put into words just how beautiful it is here. You know, it's like I said, just the peace. You can just take off by yourself, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, and just sit on the beach, sit on a rock, and you'll be the only person there for like hours. And then a guy, you know, fisherman will just come on the other side of the rock.
guys, look, if I end up moving here, blame them. Okay, you have to blame them, because you're just selling me on it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Like how you guys actually really love the experience.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
It's a
Okinawa,
hidden
Yeah.
agenda.
right? So that's why when you left, you're like, okay, we got to get back.
Yeah,
Yes.
we gotta get
yes.
Right? So,
and like I said, the Mandalay Bay thing was kind of the catalyst, right? I mean, we had the intent to come back anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As soon as we had the opportunity, but that welcome back was kind of the
Just that
catalyst
moment,
of,
yeah.
Wow.
to really try to pursue getting back.
Now, don't get us wrong. We did have a good time.
Oh, we had a blast. I
in
mean, I met some
in Las
great people,
Vegas. Yeah.
and I, still today, great friends back there. But just the way you feel, and we felt fairly comfortable there, right? I mean,
Yes,
we didn't. There was
yeah.
nothing. It wasn't too crazy,
Yeah.
right? But we just kind of
It's
felt
just
more
it's just
home, I
yeah.
guess, kind of here.
so you
to an
felt
extent.
more at home in
Yes,
Okinawa?
more
Yeah.
relaxed,
More
more
rela- I guess
relaxed.
more
Like,
relaxed,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just you.
We still got family back,
you know.
trying to get my mom to come out here. She's worried about that flight. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, the
like
flight.
it's like 18-hour flight.
a long
That's
flight,
the first
I'm
thing that
telling
she
you.
asked me. She's like, "How long is the flight?" I was like, "It's about 18 hours." She's like, "Yeah, okay, we'll have to work on that."
What is it like being a military wife? What's that like?
Well, because the kids were older, once we got here, I already had freedom pretty much. They, you know, the oldest, she had a car, she was in school, you know, she was 20 when we got here, 19, 20. She turned 21 here. So she was off doing her thing, especially when she got her license, she was in the wind. She had her own thing that she did.
Doing our own exploring.
Yeah, and then the youngest, he had his friends, and then they have like a bus that would take the Marines and I guess whoever wants
Dependents, family
dependents
members
and
around.
you
So
know.
it's called the Green Line. So
Yeah.
the Green Line is free transportation from base to base.
Okay.
with a schedule, just like the city bus,
Mm.
basically for the military, for the Marine Corps.
Okay.
So he would jump
So
on
he
that
could
bus
hop
and
on
hang
that
out
anytime
with
he
his
wanted.
friends. So he was doing his own thing too. So that just left the two of us. So, and then we had friends that when we first came here, we had neighbors and they wanted to hang out. And that's what our first karaoke experience.
Oh, yeah.
We started getting into karaoke, whether it was the boxes or, in the open bars and
open
stuff,
bar
on
areas,
base,
so yeah.
off base. So we kind of got into that and just, making friends, just connecting. And then, the people
Local
that he
friends
worked.
that we have, a lot
Yes.
of local friends that we
Yes.
have. trying
And
to-
then, just having that military community, and then the spouses, and then, changes, people move and stuff like that. So that gets kind of hard sometimes,
Okay.
So I think it's a good thing to, be able to entertain yourself if that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because like right now, the majority of the women that I know are back in the States. So this time it's like, okay, well, I have time to go to school and stuff like that right now because I've done so much, the first 8.5 years we were here. I was almost like, I don't think there's anything left to do, but next thing you know, on the weekends you're looking, oh, there's a festival, there's this. The festivals, are one of my favorite things too. I can go there by myself and not feel alone. You know what I mean? Or you run into people that you know, or just have that experience. You just kind of just enjoy the music. Oh, I love the music here. I don't know what it is. Their theme song here just does something to me. It's like it does something to my heart. It's just like, yeah, I'm back home now.
Do you think it's easier for black people in this region or to be black here? Well, let's just say Okinawa then. Do you feel like it's easier maybe in terms of, I don't know, comfort, safety, peace of mind?
So yeah, we've never had an issue to where we worried about our safety.
No.
First thing I say is I tell anybody that being in Japan, being in Okinawa specifically, is safer across the board than anywhere I've ever been.
worked though. That
was cute. And then for us being black in Okinawa, that's a good question.
Yeah, it
I don't even
is.
really know how to answer that question.
Yeah, personally, I haven't had any, issues with, my skin. I've been able to move through this island without any problems. Without any problems.
Yeah.
I mean, I was here for 7 months by myself when he was in Afghanistan, so I had no issues. I was able to sleep at night. I was able to get up and go where I wanted to go. I was able to get things done. Nothing stopped me. I was so relaxed and so comfortable, and just every day was just, what can my adventure be today? What place can I go that I can take him when he comes back? And I'm telling you, I tried to take him everywhere that I went. As soon as he got back, he was like, we don't have to go every weekend. I said, but I'm so excited to show this to you because I never in my life thought that I would have moved here and then have this type of experience where this is your life. This is where you live. You wake up in the morning and you can go to the beach and just sit there. It's quiet. I mean, listening to the waves and then just, I don't know, just soaking in the sun and just.
Really briefly, any advice for people who want to come to Japan or who are thinking about coming to Japan?
Come.
Yes, come. If you're able to come to both mainland and Okinawa in the same trip, I would go to mainland first.
Yeah, depending on
and
what you're
end it
trying
here.
to do. So I think if you're coming for that city experience, Tokyo is the place to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. If you're not really coming to relax, Tokyo is the place to go. But if you're coming to relax and enjoy yourself, sit out on the beach, enjoy the crystal blue water, do some snorkeling,
Scuba diving.
Okinawa was the place to be. To me, to us, I think. Yeah.
Where can people find you online?
Instagram is, because I'm a car guy too, right? So I have a R32 Skyline, 1990. So the original Godzilla, for those of you out there that know anything about Skylines, right? So my Instagram is Gojira_Lu_32.
I'm on Facebook, Antoinette Lewis on Facebook.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe to this channel for weekly videos on the Black experience across the globe. Until next time, thanks for watching and bye for now.